you're anything like me, you're a big fan of Quentin Tarantino. I think he is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, movie director of all time. And he's my favorite, outside of maybe Kubrick or Marty Scorsese, but he's a part of the conversation. He's got a seat at that table, for sure. And I'm a huge fan. Hopefully you are too. And if so, I'm here to ruin your day. I'm here to ruin your day, just like it's ruined mine. Quentin Tarantino was on Bill Maher's Club Random podcast. And what a fuck. Look, I find it very normal that some of the most talented and artistic people are also nut jobs. So remember that going into this. But I'm going to play some of this interview here. You might hear Dave Rubin. This is off of his channel. It's so hard to find isolated clips of things on YouTube these days. So we're going to listen to Quentin Tarantino go on somewhat of a rant about politics and Kamala Harris, and not in the way you would think. So keep everything you know about Kamala Harris in mind. Everything we've heard, everything we know, everything from
Can
this.
you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus, right?
Yep. Another one.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Yeah, this is the woman that I'm referring to. The brave and genius and groundbreaking Kamala Harris. So let's take a look at what Tarantino has to say, and let's critique it a little bit.
Is the left and their ability or their desire to engage with anyone who's not already in the bubble. And they get a big fat D- on that.
I couldn't agree more.
Right. I mean, you see Kamala. I mean, I'm glad she's doing well. I'm glad we have a real fight now for president. But doesn't talk to the press, would never go near me. And when you won't go near the people who are going to vote for you, I'm going to vote for you. Do I have to love everything? No, I don't. It just shows they're afraid. And you're right. I see it so much.
Well, hold on. I don't. Okay, you know what? I don't see her. Well, there's no reason for her to go on your show before the election. But I can actually see her.
Yes, there is. Because I speak to the exact voter she needs. The person who is in the middle. The person who is not ideologically captured by either side. Now, there are some who watch who are that, and everyone is welcome. I need a bigger audience all the time. I'm greedy that way. But basically, that's exactly the audience she needs. The MSNBC crowd is already voting for her. People who watch me, who will decide, this election will probably be decided in like 4 states by something like 80,000 votes in each. That's how these elections, how close they are these days. And that's where we're back to. We're at least back to normal.
So I'm going to touch on that before Tarantino even comes in. I've agreed with Bill Maher, and I've disagreed with him on a lot of things. I do like him more these days than, because we disagree on politics completely. But Bill Maher, and he's come around to how ridiculous, like radical left-wing ideology is. But that doesn't take away from his core beliefs. He is a Democrat, and and that's fine. Like, again, he talks about normalcy. Normalcy is people going, no, I'm a Democrat, and voting for a Democrat. That's fine. Abnormal is shutting down speech that you don't agree with and forcing everybody to get on board with belief systems that are new and radical. And it's just strange. And so seeing him come full circle in the past couple of years with that has been nice. But I don't like that he said, it's going to be won in a couple states. It's going to be a close 50-50 race. How could anybody... Dude, I have not... And I said the same thing about Biden, but it's even worse now. Now that the whole switcheroo coup thing has taken place in the Democratic Party, and everybody seems to be fine with that. But I've not talked to one fucking human being. And look, I'm not against talking to people. I love talking to people that disagree with me. It's way more constructive than being, having your cock sucked by somebody who agrees with everything you say. And I'm fine with that. That's great. America. But a 50-50 close race? How sad. If that's true, how sad is that? I mean, when you look at this woman speaking, if she speaks, she's gone like 46 days or so without doing a legitimate one-on-one interview, something that Trump does for fun. Hell, Biden did that, and he's a bumbling retard. Still our president. Don't anybody forget. Still the president. But whatever. We won't talk about that. We'll talk about Kamala Harris and how she won't talk to the press. She did one interview with CNN with Tim Walz there as a spotter, little lapdog. And if we have time in the podcast, I do want to go over some of that. And she won't do the organic one-on-one interview. And the thing too is Trump goes into certain interviews with people that do not like him. They do not agree with him. I'd like to see Kamala Harris do that. I'd like to see her go into the lion's den. Why don't you go to Fox News? Trump went to ABC, and they hate him. Let's see you do a Fox News interview. I mean, what would that look like? A CNN interview, which is full of softball questions, and she can barely, answer to those. She can barely handle that. And Tarantino's about to kind of go into that a little bit, but his reasoning his follow-up to it is very strange. But let me know if you talk to somebody who's a Kamala Harris supporter, and tell me why. If you're a Kamala Harris supporter, tell me why in the YouTube comments. I'd love to hear about it. So let's see what Tarantino has to say about this.
Which sucked, but it is normal that it's 50-50 going into the election. With Biden, it wouldn't have been.
Let me ask you about this, though. Okay, look, there's nothing you said that isn't right. All right? And there's definitely nothing you said that isn't right in a normal election cycle. I mean, it's irrefutably right in a normal election cycle where you have a year to set your case. I think there's just all about winning the election, all right? And then the easiest path to winning the election, look, you can talk about maybe she should have had more guts about this or that and the other, but we're the president.
Right.
And Trump's not the president, and we're the president, and now it's going to be about this. But this is about winning.
All right, yeah. So this is when Tarantino started to lose me there. It's all about winning. This is the problem with most Democrats. And you can see it. You can see it with their actions. You can see it with their words. It's all about winning. The number one goal for Democrats is just win the election by any means necessary. And I know some conservatives, some Republicans are probably like that too. I am not. I want my guy to win. I want Donald Trump to win. But the reason that I want him to win is because of voting issues. I want him to win to secure our border, to handle Russia, China, North Korea, put a stop to all this war going on that shouldn't be happening. Those are the reasons why I want Donald Trump to win. Okay? I'm not ashamed of that, like a lot of people. I don't care. But just to win, it's not that I want to see Donald Trump in office. It's not that I want to see a Republican in office. I want him in office for the policy so that I can live in America that feels safe. I felt safer when Donald Trump was in office. Now, a lot of people don't understand what I mean by that. I pay attention to what goes on in the world. Not a lot of people do. I pay attention to whether or not there's world peace, whether or not there's senseless wars that we continue to fund, with billions of our tax dollars when most people living here don't care? Whether it's ignorance or just truly don't have a dog in the fight. Most of us do not care. Most Americans, when you ask them about Ukraine and Russia, unless they're trying to make some feel-good, on-the-record statement, we don't care. Did you know that Ukraine actually used to be Russia? I don't care. Did you know that a warrant is out for Putin on war crime? Then go get him. Otherwise, get out of my face. I don't care. Israel. Palestine. I don't care. If I worked as a professor at a college and I was in danger for being a Jew in America, then I would care. You can't even go to work. You can't even get into your school if you're a student and you're not for Palestine or Gaza, or let's be fucking honest, for Hamas. You should be allowed to go to school. You're paying for it. You're paying for the school that you can't get into because all of a sudden, all of these people, all of these Americans give a fuck about Palestine. We are so dumb and fucked, mind you. If this road continues, we are fucked. Don't even go to school. If you're a normal American, wanting to do normal things, go out in the world, succeed, have a nice life, stay the fuck out of college. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the rate of online classes at some of these higher schools where these protests are taking place, upwards of 50%. 50%. Because they don't want to go. They don't want to go. Not because they have a dog in the fight with Israel and Gaza. It's not safe. And most of us don't fucking care. But you send our money over there. That's why I'm voting. All of that is all that I just said is really just such a minuscule point to it all. But it's just a minor example of why I'm voting. And then somebody as smart as Quentin Tarantino, he's a genius. A little cuckoo, for sure. But that's what makes him a great artist. He's a genius. But somebody with his intellectual capability, his answer is, we just got to win. We just got to win the election. And he's about to go on some more about how he doesn't care what she says, what she does. He doesn't care. She doesn't need to do interviews. He don't care. It's all about winning the election. Like it's a fucking sports team. And it ain't. This is livelihood of a lot of people. Okay? This is, dude, it's a bizarre take. It's a bizarre take. And again, not everybody's going to agree with my take. I understand that. But at least I fucking have one. If you don't agree with my take on politics, what's yours? Do you have one? Or is it just get the colored bitch in office? That's what it's about. Get the colored bitch in office. Inclusivity, equality, yay. Well, what about, no, don't worry about that. Black woman, check it out. What the fuck, man? Let's listen to some more of Quentin Tarantino making fantastic points.
What most people don't give the Democrats enough credit for, all right, but we give the Republicans credit for. It's like, no, sometimes it's just about winning. And it doesn't matter how we look at this moment. It's about winning.
Right.
This is about winning.
Yep. No, it is.
It's a massive
it is.
dad.
No, it is. That's all you got, Bill. All this shit that you say and talk about, and all the criticism that you give to left-wing Democrats, and all of the shit, all the fucking garbage that just came out of Tarantino's mouth, and you go, yep, it is. It is. Yep. I mean, dude, that's the best you got. Give him a little pushback. Fuck that.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Give some pushback, Bill. You're better than that. You annoy me because you're better than that. And now you're going to stay silent? He says it doesn't matter. It's just about winning when it comes to politics. And Bill Maher, of all people, goes, yep. Right.
And she is running, and she's not stopping to stumble.
And you know what?
And there's nothing wrong with stopping this. I'm going to vote for her anyway, no matter what she says in a stupid interview.
Exactly.
Oh, boy.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
Oh, boy. So, Quentin is going to vote for her either way. No matter what she says in a stupid fucking interview. No matter what she says. Kamala Harris could come out, CNN go, so give us your take on the border, right? And Kamala Harris would go,
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
next question. You're still gonna vote. If Kamala Harris came out on the debate stage and they said, give us your take on the Israel-Palestine conflict. You have 2 minutes. And she just came right out and said, I like cock in my ass. Fuck Israel. You got Quentin's vote. It's okay. It's okay. Kamala Harris, what are you going to do to reduce inflation and price of goods? Well, I'm trying to grow a pair of balls. I haven't been very successful, but I'm trying. Well, you've gotten Quentin's vote. Thank God. You've got Quentin Tarantino's vote. What the fuck, man? So no matter what she says. See, here's the thing. Donald Trump is the biggest threat to democracy. He's a threat to America. He's already had a 4-year term where none of that happened, but you heard Robert De Niro. He is going to destroy America. None of us know how dangerous that is. When he's the one that actually says what he's going to do. He actually gives you plans, or at the very least, can at least point out what is wrong. Is he perfect? No. But he has things to say, whether you want to hear him or not. But no matter what she says, you're going to vote for her. No matter what. That is the most unhealthy, fucked up way of treating American politics. That right there. This is why we shouldn't be talking to actors about politics. What the fuck does Quentin Tarantino know? And what kind of Hollywood... This dude's a legend, okay? He's a fucking legend. What kind of insulated bubble you think he's living in? These guys, Martin Scorsese, what's that motherfucking guy who just made that alien movie? Guys who have just reached a legendary status with filmmaking. How do you think their lives are? Or just your average actor? The Hollywood bubble that they live in. With their $1 million+ house, their big ass gate. You can't even get in their house. They got security everywhere. And we're all turning to them, the average American with net worth of $15 million. We're turning to them to tell us how to vote. And this is what we get. Somebody of that caliber just influenced anyone retarded who watched this interview. Vote for her anyways. That's called pre-programming. That is pre-programming us to watch a disaster of a debate with Kamala Harris where she just says whatever the fuck. She can at least talk, unlike Biden, but the stuff that's going to come out of her mouth is going to destroy her campaign. But as long as the pre-programming is there from idols like Quentin Tarantino and Robert De Niro and all these badass dudes who are wearing loafers and jeans, they're pre-programming you to understand that that doesn't matter. It's just about winning. We got to get her in. Again, black chick in office, check it out. Check it out. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that, what did the cucks for Kamala say? Isn't it so exciting, Ben Stiller? Isn't it going to be so exciting to watch our country just nosedive the rest of the fall? It's already falling, but put this bitch in and watch his speed double as we head for the floor.